Yes, that's right. I'm a DC fan, doing a video about why I think Iron Man is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie to date. Without Jon Favreau's film, the MCU would not be what it is today. He laid out the blueprint for what it has become. Now, why is Iron Man the best MCU film? First of all, it was a risk. There was no guarantee that this film would be successful. Also, they decided to go with Robert Downey Jr. as the lead actor. Prior to his comeback as Iron Man, he experienced trouble with the law and being fired from a much-watched TV series called Ally McBeal. Relaunching RDJ's career through Iron Man was a perfect way to get back into the spotlight and clean up his act, as he then received roles like Sherlock Holmes, and received an Oscar nomination for Tropic Thunder.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Gritty, realistic, grounded, and funny at times without any forced jokes, sum up the first Iron Man film rather well. At the start of the film, Tony Stark starts off as a cocky, arrogant, and self-centered prick. It isn't until a major event happens that he begins to change.
I don't want to see this on your MySpace page. Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding. Yeah, peace. I love peace.
Tony Stark is kidnapped and held hostage by a terrorist group. He discovers that his very own Stark Industries weaponry is being used by the enemy. Already, the film involves a lot of confusion for Tony and conflict. Without conflict, any film is practically pointless. When Tony escapes, he has the horrors of being kidnapped burned into his brain forever. He knows these evil terrorists are still out there, hurting innocent people. So what does he do? When Tony sees everything unfolding on TV, he decides to use his newly made Iron Man suit for the purpose of justice. Through many trials and errors, the suit works as it should. This suit is particularly important because it is the offspring of what helped him escape from being held by the terrorists. Now he puts his invention to work. That's character development. Also, these terrorists pose a real threat. Even though they are not the main villains of the film, they were more menacing and memorable than a lot of the MCU villains. It is only after this scene where we actually see Tony finding himself and discovering his purpose as he seeks to do the right thing. In this film, Tony Stark has a clear motivation, which has not been clear in many MCU films. We actually feel for the character. We want him to succeed. We want him to make the right decisions, not just because it's Iron Man, but because we now have an emotional attachment to him. Tony's motivations change in this film. From selling weapons to the military, then to destroying them for the safety and well-being of others.
Is it better to be feared or respected? And I say, is it too much to ask for both?
I saw young Americans killed by the very weapons I created to defend them and protect them.
And that is why, effective immediately, I am shutting down the weapons manufacturer division.
This is something that troubled me in Iron Man 3. He gave up being Iron Man and blew up all his suits. Then somehow, he miraculously became Iron Man again, out of the fucking blue in Age of Ultron. Great character development, you fucking knobs. Iron Man 1 had a story about change, about struggling to see the clear decision, and then making the right decision. The characters had clear objectives and motives. This is what I find lacks in other MCU films, especially recent ones. Iron Man 1 is how to make a proper origin film. The task Tony found himself in charge of was bigger than himself. His actions had consequences. But seriously, apart from a disagreement about property damage, and one team wanting to do things freely and another team wanting regulation, why the fuck were they fighting in Civil War? It had zero purpose. Also, all the tension was lost when they were cracking stupid forced jokes during the fight.
Does anyone have any orange slices?
The only people that should have really been fighting was Bucky and Tony, and I guess Black Panther and Captain America. Even though Cap was a bit of a douche in Civil War, that movie lacked every quality that Iron Man 1 had. These the essential parts of what I thought made Iron Man so great and why I think it is the best MCU film to date. Also, this film was a fuck ton more mature than any other MCU film. Well done Iron Man 1. Now if you enjoyed that, feel free to leave a comment and like. Also, do feel free to share this video with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more similar content. Cheers!